Hey everyone, I'm going to be speaking for Rebecca today because this little minx over here decided to go partying on Saturday night and her voice is still gone.
I wish it was a
Was
minx.
it Friday? It was actually Friday.
It was actually Friday, but
Yeah.
I wish it was a minx situation. There was nothing minxy about it.
Your voice is actually so
My voice
gone.
is actually... Do you know what? Do you know...
Like, look at the sound waves. It's just so raspy.
I'm in my...
Feral rat fall. It's come full circle.
I've always said this on the podcast. I don't go out, but when I do...
You go out and you go hard.
Go big or go home.
Go
do you know what I
big or
mean?
go home,
And
yeah.
I went big. And
I knew it
went
though
home.
from the videos and pictures I was getting of you.
Really?
That you were like, I was like, she is going to like just be gone. Like this is her now for the night. She's drinking until about 6 or 7 tomorrow morning. I just knew it. I was like, she's going to be drinking now late.
I did, and we had a house, because see, my brother's home from Melbourne.
Jack is home.
He's going back next week. Oh yeah, we've said this multiple times, he's home. But, so we decided to have like a cousin's night with like whoever was around. And we were like, we always say we're going to have these things.
Yeah, but you never have them.
But we're going to actually make it happen. And we actually made it happen, which was great because... What are you laughing?
I'm sorry, it's just when you talk. I'm like...
I'm like, what are you laughing at? It's just...
like honestly like it's like honestly like having the grudge next to me. Like the grudge is like
Okay.
there.
Sorry.
I know it's funny. It's just like I love it like, but it's just so funny that you're like
So apologies to your eardrums this week.
But yeah, sorry. So you had the cousins night. It was good though, wasn't it?
We had so much fun.
Yeah, it looked fun from what I
And
saw.
I think it's all about the crowd that you're with.
100%.
Very much so.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So we just had so much fun. We're singing. I was rapping my talent.
Oh yeah.
Like Mockingbird Eminem.
Oh,
Homecoming Kanye West.
I was gonna say Alexa, but I don't want to turn around.
No. Don't turn around.
It's like a bitch. Eminem Mockingbird Volume 9.
Really, I know you miss your mom. I know you miss your dad when I'm gone, but I'm trying to give you the life that I never had.
Exactly like him.
Yeah, don't
You
I?
do.
Especially with the boys.
Yeah, and you met Alan Coonan, which was the first.
I met Neve's friend Alan. Shout out Alan.
Honestly, he's crazy.
He's the reason.
That her voice is like that.
Jaeger bombs,
Yeah.
skill bombs.
Tequila.
What the hell is a skill bomb like?
I honestly haven't had a Jaeger bomb since I was like 21, I think.
Oh no, I've had my friends are big Jaeger bomb people.
No. I'm like tequila or nothing. And like nobody can bully me into drinking a drink. I'm like, I'm not having that. I'm sorry you bought that, but I'm not drinking it. Like, you know what I mean?
It's so funny that you're like tequila or nothing.
Yeah,
but
I
won't
know.
drink a Jaeger bomb.
But you know what's so funny? Like at the start, like when I like figured out that like tequila is like one of the only drinks I can drink, because speaking of Alan, I went drinking with him on Wednesday and I had 3 or 4 drinks. I was puking on Thursday. I still wasn't okay
drinks
yesterday.
did you have?
We had wine in the thing, and then we ended up getting like, I got a West Coast cooler to try and make myself a bit better it was wine in West Coast cooler basically. But anyway.
You should have just stuck to the wine.
Should have. But I think it's the wine that doesn't suit me, because it's so funny. When I first started drinking tequila, my family were like, I was like, oh, I need to have a tequila, it'll kind of bring me back around, like, and it would actually straighten me up a bit. And my family were like, what the hell, like, how the hell does tequila like work so well for her? Or if we were all drinking, I would have a tequila and I wouldn't be hungover the next day. Like, I would just be drinking straight tequila, chasing it down with like, you know, pineapple or like,
the straight
or
tequila
Fanta lemon.
terrifies
I
me.
love it. And it's so funny because like when I was so hungover, my mom was like, Neve, you have to just stick to tequila and just not drink anything else ever again. And I was like, I know, like that's literally all I can drink is cider and tequila now.
Tequila's having a moment. Like tequila's becoming that girl.
But I'm glad it is, because like, you know yourself, when you drink tequila, you want good tequila. And usually bars only have bad tequila, but because it's becoming so popular, everyone's drinking tequila. They have the good tequila in the bars.
Yeah, when I went to McCaffrey's, which is a bar in town, I was like, oh, can I get a tequila pineapple? I was like, what tequila do you have? And your man pulls up like, you know, the cheap one that they have like down behind the bar. I was like, oh no. I was like, no, not that. I was like, do you have any other? And he like points up to the top shelf and he's like, We have some up there.
Yeah, I think they're going to be bringing the shelf down around though. Like they're bringing a shelf down,
Yeah.
so they can put all the good tequila, so they can reach it quicker. Because I think they're just
He had
sick
to
of
like
having
grab
to
a
go.
chair.
Yeah,
And he was like, "What's this?" And I was like,
it's so
"This
good.
is the best one, Casamigos."
Love it. Casamigos Don Julio Blanco, 2 faves ever. Do you see that there's a new Don Julio Rose Julio or something?
Actually, I did shots
It's
of
like-
tequila rosé as well.
It's like, yeah, you know, they've got like the last of the Cafe Patron inside McCaffrey's.
Really?
They've found like 3 random bottles.
Cafe
and so-
Patron is dangerous.
Don Julio Rosé. I need to find it. Oh, it's called Rosado.
Ooh.
Look how pretty it is.
Don Julio made
It looks like the
fool for you.
It looks like the bottle of 1942.
Oh,
but
that's
it's rosé.
really
Isn't it so
pretty.
cute? I really want to get it. I'm hoping they have it in Spain. We go over like that would be the sparkling water.
Oh my god, that's
Bit of a lime wedge.
that looks so gorgeous.
Like my mouth's watering now. It's the same bottle as 1942. It's just see through.
I think either Don Julio or Casamigos
They're the two.
will sponsor us at some point.
Yeah, please God, because we love it so much.
We do.
We'll start with White Claw and move up to the big dogs.
I
So if
feel
White
like-
Claw's watching this,
I feel like
do.
White Claw being one of the girls was drinking White Claw in on Friday.
I think White Claw would be so appropriate because we drank so much White Claw at the start of this.
We did.
And because we were drinking the black cherry one as well. I think we should be White Claw, black cherry. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna tell you now. I had a bit of an existential crisis last night, so I just
asked
realized
you.
I was talking with my hands.
Yeah. I goes, how bad on a scale of 1 to 10? I was expecting like a 4.
It was like 9.2, and I bit all my nails off.
Her fresh nails.
My fresh nails, guys. I was so anxious, and I feel like, you know, people just like say, "Oh my god, I was so anxious," and they don't really like go into the depths. And like all I had to do was like send her a picture of my hands and be like, the nails are gone, and she was like,
Yeah, because anxiety is just something I don't.
yeah,
It's not that I don't resonate with it. That's the wrong way to say
Yeah.
it. But I've never experienced like
so
like you were like, I'm just looking at the walls and I bit off all my nails, and in my brain I was like, imagine feeling like that.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, that is.
I literally pray that you never do because it's so intense. Like I tried to read a book, couldn't read a book. I tried to watch TV, couldn't watch TV. I was just staring at the walls, like, and then I like tried to go on my phone, I couldn't go on my phone. I was literally just like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? And it was I was like stuck in that, but I'm just hoping and praying it's whatever that whole Venus star swapping from evening to
An
morning.
evening star to a morning star, so that's what the Kazemi is today.
Yeah, so I'm just hoping that that's whatever that was.
It's
but-
probably that you're in a transitional period of your life, like.
Yeah, but I'm just
You
feel
should
like I'm
get that.
stuck. I've
You
never
know-
felt more stuck in my life than
You
I
should
feel
get
now.
that astrology app that I have.
I know.
Chani, that I have mentioned and recommended. Actually, someone messaged me saying that they got Stardust, the period one after us
yeah.
talking about. They were like, I love it, and they got their boyfriend to get the notifications.
So when that's so funny.
But so Chani, look at this. Chani's actually launching on Android in 2 days, so it's
Okay.
that's exciting. But it has your transits. So what exactly you're going through right now.
Oh no, I'm 2 days away from my period.
Oh, well then.
Oh,
Oh!
cycle day 26 of 28.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
is it-
literally about to have my
You're-
period. That's
you're-
what's wrong with me.
Did you not check that yesterday?
No.
There we go.
BP PMS monster coming through. Lagging estrogen is dragging down your serotonin. Oh my god! Today is an ideal time to inhale Mucho's cookies. And I
love
got a
that for you.
fucking blueberry muffin for it. I wonder what it was yesterday.
Well, you're like the whole few days, like you can see, like that's all the.
Oh my god, and it
hormones.
was all dipping. No
Yeah.
one look, it literally fell off a cliff yesterday. No wonder I was so
you fell off a
sad.
cliff.
And I fell off a cliff, and so
Sorry,
did my
is that
nails.
not the most relatable experience for every single girl ever? You're like, why was I losing my mind?
I literally, like, guys, I was literally, like, I was so anxious I couldn't even cry. I was just staring at a wall. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, the nails are gone, guys. I don't know what I'm going to do also, because I'm under a lot of time pressure before this wedding about getting them done again. And, like,
You're gonna get them done.
I am. I think I might just do
okay.
24 hours in Manchester.
Do
the...
I did 24 hours in London before. It was great.
But, like, the thing is, I'd have to do a connecting flight on the way back, so there's two options.
That's
I'd
okay.
either pay loads and get Manchester, Dublin, Kerry, but I'm in the airport all day in Dublin, or get up really, really early and fly into Cork and then get the train from Cork to Tralee.
How do you get from Cork Airport to the train station?
Oh, taxis. Also, I suppose it all adds up. I might as well just do Dublin.
Check.
Yeah.
My dad and my brother are going to Manchester
Oh, yeah.
on Monday to the match.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Premier League's
Prem is
back.
back. Prem is back, baby. I love it. I'm delighted.
Literally, yeah, the guy I'm talking to is like obsessed. He calls it football, like
Yeah,
soccer.
it is what they call it, football, yeah.
Yeah.
We should go to a game.
Oh my god,
We should go to a Man City game.
I would have no interest, but I would do it for the bit.
It would be so iconic. We should do it for the pod.
Oh my god, we should.
We should, honestly. Like,
Yes, I was like-
so
I
excited.
was
We
like,
should.
what are you doing? I was like, what are you doing for the weekend? Like, what are your plans before you go to New York? And he was like, oh well, you know, watching the football, like it's football season. I was like, are you into? And he was like, well, I play as well.
Yeah, I think it was City were playing Burnley the last day, and they were.
So the first Man United match, Manchester United, is on Monday.
Oh yeah.
So my dad and my brother are going, but flights.
Yeah, it was 3-0 Manchester beat Burnley the last day.
That's great. Oh, that was on Friday.
Friday, yeah.
Yeah, because Jack, they all were watching. All the
Watching
boys were watching it. I was like, Jack, we're having a pre-drink cousins night. What do you mean you're turning on the match?
And talk to me about Ben and Jack both support Man U, is it?
Manchester United. We've been a Manchester United family because I think my dad did.
Oh, your family are gonna hate me when I drag you to Man City.
I don't care. I'm
Like Man City girl.
do you know what?
Manchester is blue.
I've been to a soccer or a football, whatever.
Yeah.
I've been in the new camp in Barcelona.
Yeah, I've been to that as well.
We went in so funny. We were in an all girls school,
Yeah.
and they always did a 5th-year holiday.
And you went to Barcelona.
It used to be New York,
Oh my god.
but it was the recession. So
Oh yeah, Jesus. God, New York would have been amazing.
so we're lucky we even made it to Barcelona. Really.
Yeah, so
but it used to
true.
always be New York, and it was our year
They got Barcelona.
that they changed it. Sorry,
It's okay, you're fine. But anyway, you went to Barcelona and you went to the Barcelona thing.
and they took like a whole all girls, which
Yeah.
we love.
We love.
But
Slay.
it was it was so cool.
I'd say it was. Do you want a minute? Your eyes are tearing up because you literally can't talk. Oh my
I'm
god.
like, oh no, doing the podcast today is fine.
Fine.
My voice is so fine.
Well, we'll make it a super short episode, guys. As you can imagine, Rebecca's voice is not
No,
the best.
I actually am okay.
I went there as well, and I went to the Milan football thing, and
Lovely.
I went to I think whatever one is in Madrid as well.
Soccer players are beautiful, like
Yeah,
football players.
I've been glued to the Women's World Cup though.
Oh yeah, Australia's gonna get a bank holiday if they win.
Really?
Yeah, because Jack and Jen are flying back in.
Oh my god, amazing! So
day
they
of
get that
the-
day off.
Yeah, so they're gonna get a
Wow.
bank holiday if they win.
That's so good. It would be amazing for them if they did, especially because it was on in Australia. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, between Australia
I
and New
suppose
Zealand.
that's like a big motivator because it's
Yeah.
on in Australia.
Just they're
Like,
brilliant players though, like the women's team, like they're aggressive and they fight right up to the end. And like, you know, when they fall on the floor, there's none of this like whinging and the fake I'm injured kind of crack. It's so
but
funny.
men's pain tolerance is very low. Like
Low.
the video of the men hooked up to the period
I'm trying
stimulators.
to do that with somebody because I have endo, so I really, really want to do it with someone because
just
I know that I'll just be
and
sitting
just
there
sit
being
there
like,
and be
this
like-
is normal. Yeah, I'd be like, what, this little old thing? Did you see that Dave Portnoy bought Barstool's Sports back for $1?
I didn't know he bought it back for $1. I
Yeah.
heard he bought it back, but I didn't know why.
He bought it back.
Tell me.
He bought it back for $1, but he I think there's something where Penn, like they still have a very close business relationship with Penn, but I think it's because when Penn, I think it's Penn something bought it,
Okay.
they were kind of bringing it more to the like public so it could go to IPO. I think I could be wrong in saying that, but I think they were bringing it more public, so you're highly regulated in those kind of environments between the SEC and everything. And because Barstool Sports deals a lot with like, you know, gambling things and stuff, they're highly regulated, and it just wasn't working as a business for Barstool. So I think that they decided the best kind of option for Barstool was for Dave to buy it back and kind of take take it back and run it the way he wants to run it. But I don't know. I think there could still be 50% ownership in it or something. But Dave Portnoy has it again. Isn't that crazy?
I love Dave. All I've been
love him.
seeing on my TikTok is
Him and Taylor Swift. Did you see that?
I literally
He's like,
love that man.
When he's like about Taylor Swift or Kim Kardashian, he's like, hate her. He's like, if she'd be the type of person to show up and she should be put in handcuffs and taken out. And then when he's like, why do you love Taylor Swift so much? And then he goes on a rampage. And then at the end he's like, and I love her music, love the community. About Swifties. He just loves being a Swiftie.
Yeah.
Like,
and I mean, as he should.
Like, it's so funny because I watched the BFFs pod and I have ever since it first started, but I genuinely swear to God, in literally every episode, he talks about how much he loves Taylor Swift. Like, it's not even a bit, like, he genuinely loves her. Like,
yeah,
he loves her music, he loves her, he's such a Swiftie, like, he just thinks that she's, like, the best. And it was so funny because, like, I think like BFFs pod, they like made this kind of like compilation of like loads of episodes, and like it's like him talking about Taylor Swift, and like one of them was like back one day, and it was a Charlie D'Amelio or a Dixie D'Amelio like brought out a song, and he was like, well, that was terrible timing around the same launch as Taylor Swift's album or something. It was like, he was like, well, that was absolutely trash. I mean,
but like he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. Like, he actually is, and I am actually coming around to Taylor Swift. I think I watched the Miss Americana thing on Netflix.
Oh.
And it made me love her.
So I think
really hard
the thing with Taylor Swift is, which is really, really sad, is the time that Taylor Swift came up in, because she's not that much older than us.
Yeah, she's not.
Was such a misogynistic time, and everyone's like, oh, she only writes about her boyfriend. She only writes about her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like, that was such a big narrative that she had to face. And then also the whole thing with Kanye, like, they turned a lot of people
against her. But it's so crazy because even in that documentary, I saw like Vice and stuff had written articles being like, something about like, giving out about something, and it was like, Taylor Swift is worse. And I was like, oh my God, like they actually were horrible to her. Like,
people were so horrible. Like there was a point where it wasn't like cool. Like, now I feel like it's cool to like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, but back then it wasn't cool.
When I've had like all her albums, all her music, like all. Like, people were like, why are you listening to Taylor Swift?
Yeah, no, she's, like, her music
like,
is amazing.
She is, number one, she's a genius.
Yeah.
Number two, I was in the car the last day, I was playing Champagne Problems. I was with my brother. And he was like, you know, he was like, why are we listening to this music? Turn on something else. I was like, no. I was like, listen to the words of this song. She's talking about how someone was proposing and she said no. And I was like, listen to the words. Like, your sister splashed out in the bottle. Now no one's celebrating. Like, which she's fully telling a story. Like, every single song there's a story. But I was like, you're just not. And then I was like, now listen. He was like listening. I was like, see?
Yeah, it like she's really, really good, and I think I only started listening to her more because of you, actually, and she actually is really, really good. But I just couldn't get over it because it was so interesting in the documentary. There was some point, because the Dixie Chicks was the first concert I've ever gone to in my life. Like, that was my first concert. I love the Dixie Chicks, and they were cancelled because they had shared some political view on President Bush, and like literally they were so cancelled. And in the documentary, she said like, I grew up being like, just be a good girl and like smile and wave and like all that, and I was like, oh my God, not us fucking bowing down to fucking misogyny again and the patriarchy and hating Taylor Swift because they made us hate her. Like,
literally, like, Emrata was on her podcast recently with, I think, Troye Sivan.
Yeah.
And she was saying like, she recently went to a concert and she was like, this woman is so talented and so amazing. And she was like, I just realized the reason I hated or didn't like Taylor Swift or didn't appreciate her was because it was a misogynistic reason. Like,
it's always
because her talent is so, like, 3.5 hour shows, like.
Yeah, wow, like, and the production she puts into it. Do you see she tipped like all of her, like,
yeah,
it was like her, like the all the bus drivers or
all the
lorry drivers,
like $100,000 each.
Wow, like that is like, that's an amazing thank you, like, to all them. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's insane. And she just announced her 1989 Taylor's version, 27th of October.
Oh yeah, I saw that because one of the girls listens to her as well, and she posted it and she was like, fuck off, and I was like, oh my God, so exciting. I'd love to know when was her last album that Scooter Braun owns the masters to, like, you know.
So after this one, it's actually so cool, right?
Yeah.
I'm so happy you don't know this. So she's been re-releasing.
Yeah.
The next one is 1989. She has only 2 albums then left to take back.
Yeah.
Her Name
Yeah.
and Her Reputation. So one album is called Taylor Swift. It's her debut album.
Yeah.
So all she has left to take back
Oh
is
my
her name
God.
and her reputation.
That is so interesting.
Yeah. Oh, her mind.
Wow.
Like,
She is so smart, isn't she?
her
Wow.
mind
Like,
is so yeah, she has Taylor's her debut album, her first ever. So like Teardrops on My Guitar, like that is on it.
yeah.
And all those songs. And
That's
then
crazy.
Reputation is the one she came out with
Crazy.
after the whole Kanye and
Yeah.
Kim. Do the song Big Reputation.
But
Big
like, I
Reputation.
also feel like in it when I was watching it, like I love Kanye West's older music, like we said last week on the pod.
Yeah.
But I just feel like even Kim was manipulated by him.
She
I just feel
was,
like
yeah.
everything is like it's women being pitted against women by men. It's never coming from the women. Do you know what I mean? It's just it's awful. Like, so there's a few other really random interesting things I want to talk about. Did you see all the horror stories about people getting like plastic surgery in Turkey and like getting organs removed and like nipples removed and like all this stuff?
Kidneys removed.
Now, I can't like fully say that this is true.
Allegedly.
Because I actually can't find the sources where they're coming from. So this could all be Chinese whispers. But like, I've seen enough horror stories of Turkey surgery things in my life to know that like, maybe you should just get it done here. You know what I mean?
I think not every... I'm sure there are some amazing places in Turkey. I know it's really big for men's hair
And
transplants.
teeth. And tits and noses, let's be honest. Like, it's really... Turkey teeth. It's really big for hair transplants. Turkey teeth, tits and new noses. And that's what it's for. Like, it's the truth. But I've never heard of somebody going to Turkey to get a BBL. Oh, sorry, it's good big for tummy tucks as well.
Yeah. See, South America, like Brazil,
Yeah.
is the plastic surgery capital of the world.
I know.
Like, when I was in Brazil and when I was with my ex, like, I'd be like, look, like all these, obviously there's
I've heard
so
horror
many,
stories about Brazil too.
there's so many beautiful Brazilian women.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's like getting your body done in Brazil.
It's just normal.
Is like Botox and filler here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So like Vinny would be like, oh, so many like people I know have like BBLs, lipo.
Oh
like,
my God.
He was like, it's so
I'd love a bit of lipo now,
normal.
to be honest.
Like, he was like, it's so normalized. He was like, because Brazil is the capital, so a lot of like the top
Are
obviously
in the actual capital.
are in Brazil. But obviously, like everywhere, you can get botched if
Yeah.
you go somewhere that's not.
That's not
You
like...
just have to do your research. But it's crazy in Turkey. Like, people are
Yeah.
getting like their boobs done. And then, what was it? One girl, I saw a story. It was, she got her boobs done or something.
Yeah, and they took like a kid.
And she was like really, really sick. And she went to the doctor. And they
Sorry,
were
I'm
like,
not
your
laughing at
Sydney's
this.
gone. You're in Sydney. You're...
It's like your kidney's gone, like, yeah. And one of them, they took half of one of her lungs, which I was like, why would you do that? Or they took one of her lungs. It was crazy.
What?
Or there was this one where they literally gave her a boob job, but took her nipples off her. So she'd boobs, but no nipples.
Oh my God.
Like, it's just so scary.
How do you get, like, you can't get your nipples
You can't
back.
get fake nipples, like. I wanted to get my nose done, so for a while I was thinking about going to Turkey. I won't say what surgeon I was thinking about going to. But you know what, my whole winky eye situation?
Oh.
I was like, I can't actually fuck that up and go to Turkey, because if something happens.
Yeah, what if they took your eye?
What if they took your eye?
What if they took your eye?
What if they took my eye? Do you know what I mean? I was like, I just literally
Maybe they
can't
want
do
to wonk
this.
the eye, like.
Maybe they would. But
If
I'm
you
like,
woke up with a glass eye in your eye.
but I'm like, stop, I'm so paro. But like, I'm like, imagine I just woke up and like, my eye just would never stop, like my facial thing went to my whole face because of me disrupting my nose. So I was like, what the fuck. But anyway, I left that off after a while. But yeah, that's traumatizing, the whole surgery thing.
Imagine.
No, I couldn't.
I think if you were getting your nose done, you should go to the guy that Brianna Chicken Fry went to.
Oh my God, he's amazing. I think the ones in America are like fab. I'd actually go to America and get them done.
I mean, if you're getting anything that's going to alter the way you look,
Yeah.
I do think
Invest the money in it.
spend the money, spend the big bucks.
Yeah, 100%.
I would.
I agree.
Because you can get botched so easily. And that's not even with like plastic surgery, even with like Botox.
Yeah, you can.
You can get botched.
Hello, tape tiger, like, and I got that by a doctor in the hospital, like, so yeah, it was crazy. I was like, what the hell is going on there? But yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Actually, this is so off topic.
Go on.
About being fucked, because I just thought about this story you told me before we started recording. You know, there's like these Facebook groups on Facebook called Are We Dating the Same Guy? And then based on the city. So there's ones in like London, Manchester, Dublin.
Oh, wow.
Which is like a great initiative, because I think that it like gives like women like the safety to know, because you really, if you're doing online dating, you really don't know who you're talking to. You might feel like to a certain level you know this person,
you don't know them,
but you don't know them.
You don't know them.
You genuinely don't know them. So I think it's so important to have those groups. But like the tea guys that would be going on inside these groups.
See, this is the thing, because it's like not like a lot of people in 2023 are dating more than one person, are giving their energy to more than one person. Whether you agree with that or not, that's
what's happening.
That's happening.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't think it's my path, it's my journey.
Yeah.
But it does happen.
Yeah.
So if a guy is dating like 3 girls, and maybe he only started dating one of the girls 2 weeks ago, one's like a month thing and one's like a little longer, obviously it takes longer to show your true colours. So if he like messes the girl around that was dating him for longer, and then she puts it in the group, then you save yourself.
Yeah.
Because there's stories, I have a story, I can't tell it on the podcast yet, but maybe I will someday, or maybe the girl who it happened to might come on and bless us with her story.
Maybe, that would be great. Like,
she was like, I would love to. But
it's crazy.
It's like a sociopath level story. Like, what happened to her?
Like, it's crazy.
Like, sociopath.
Like, it's so mad. I don't know. I just feel like, I think it's so good though that there's those groups. But I was going through it the last day and I joined like 2 other ones. Not that I'm like literally dating
Where did
anyone.
you join for Manchester?
So I was already in the London one because I saw it on TikTok before and I was like, oh my God, I need to get into this. This is the tea, whatever. And like some like crazy stories inside there. Like, I bet you now if anybody who's listening to this is in the group, I will get kicked off for saying this, but I don't care because I'm never going to be dating in London anyway. But
oh yeah, so is there like rules?
There's like rules. So you can't screenshot and you can't send them into other group chats. You can't tell the guys, oh my God, another feather. You can't tell the guys that are in the group that they're in the group or they're being written about, and all the things that like are said in it is like any tea on this guy or red flag, and then you put all of the description in the comment section, like asking about this guy, why you're asking about this guy, like all this, like it's just, to me, I think it's actually crazy the stuff that comes out. There was like one guy, I don't know, he was like really really good to this one girl, and all this, and like so nice, but like he kind of pulled back a bit or something, and there was like a lovely like gorgeous trans woman inside it, and she was like, yeah babe, he's on Grindr. Like, so just to let you know, and he is actually horrible. Like,
see, things like this would actually only work with women because men would mess it up.
And like
they would be like, babe, I saw you on this chat
literally
group.
And she was like, I'm just gonna let you know. And he was like really rude to me when my experience with him and all this, and she was like, I met him on Grindr, and like she was like, he's just like so rude and all this, and like said that like basically the cis females experience with him versus the trans, totally different. And I think that if that's
scary,
that is scary. And I'm like, that is actually some deep rooted shit. You need to sort that out if you're not able to, like, you know what I mean?
Oh my God,
I was like, that's crazy. But yeah, there's some stories in it, and like it's so funny. Like there was like photos of this guy, and this guy, like, he was like, I'll show you, but we can't show the pod.
No, we can't, because no
screenshots are allowed. But I was laughing so fucking much because I was just like, no, I'm weak. There was a photo of a guy put in, and they were like, anonymous member, any tea on this guy. And like, for anyone who doesn't,
so you can be anonymous in the group.
Yes, basically you can send it to one of the group members and they can post for you as well.
But
one of the girls underneath it commented he really wanted to get his tattoo in this pic. Like, I'm weak. What other ones is there? Oh, and there was like this like screenshot of a guy from Tinder, and there's a girl saying I swapped numbers with him the weekend, and he straight off sent me a video of him, let's say, enjoying himself, view in a mirror. Like, I think this is the reason why these kind of groups are needed. Oh my god, sorry. So the original guy that I showed you there, that photo of.
Yeah.
Someone else posted about him. I just copped that he's the same guy, and it goes NET. Say his name was Bob from Dublin, and it was like, I worked in a pub from 2016, and Bob worked on the floor that the lies he used to tell about any girl that came into the pub. I was 3 months pregnant when he started in my job, and 7 months when it shut down. A few months after my son was born, I started seeing the guy who worked as a bouncer too, and Dean had told him that he was the father of my child. Or sorry, Bob had told him he was the father of my child.
So
Chap's absolutely nuts.
he lied about being a baby daddy.
Yeah.
What?
Literally, like, this group is literally insane.
I'm thinking, imagine if that girl with that story posted in about that guy.
I'm trying to find the girlfriend of this guy. His name is, let's call him Luke. His name is Luke, and I think he's around 24, 25, lives in South West London. He's been talking to me inappropriately, and I wasn't sure whether he had a girlfriend and assumed they had split. I asked him whether he had a girlfriend, and he had said yes. He also was well aware it was inappropriate and mocks the situation. If I was her, I would want to know. I can't find any pics of her on his Insta, and I've only seen her in his story a while ago, and I don't know her name, etc. But if anybody knows this guy, and it's the photos that him, like, they're crazy. I'll see if there's any other interesting ones in there.
One thing that a lot of men have is the audacity. See, this is why I don't like dating apps.
I know.
Because, like, you never know who you're meeting.
No, and they send
That's
in...
scary. Like, it's scary.
They send in, like, problem things as well, and it's like, hey girls, my situationship just ended. As he says, the pressure of his final year at uni is too much to begin a relationship from. We have had the most amazing 2 months together, and I was actually falling in love with him. If you saw my last post, I've deleted it now, about the trouble I had with him after he abruptly ended things after I stayed at my male friend's house in an emergency. It ended up bringing us closer and helped us bond or build a stronger trust. Now he is potentially ending it again. I'm seeing him this afternoon for a chat. I know he's probably not worth my time. However kind and loving he is, I don't want an unofficial no-label boyfriend. I would just like any support on how to get over a relationship, as this was the first man who was securely attached and didn't trigger my anxious attachment style. He was healing it. If he ends things today, you bet I'm downloading Hinge. Back to the streets, lol. And one girl in it said, I don't think he actually sounds securely attached at all.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah, she was like, I don't think he's healing
anything
you at all. It sounds inconsistent to me and also a bit manipulative, as every time he threatens to break up, it sounds like you...
You're like, why are they meeting for a chat?
Why are they meeting for a chat? And it's like, you just adjust your boundaries, and that's the only reason it gets better. I would definitely have a think about what you want from a relationship and all of this. And then it's like, when a man tells you he doesn't want a relationship, believe him. And it's so true.
And also, like, I saw something recently, I've seen this, don't let a man tell you he doesn't want you twice.
Oh my god, I always say that to people. I'm like, do not let a man tell you he doesn't want you twice.
Like, if he's telling you a first time, there's a reason.
Yeah, I get it. 100%.
Like, no. We can't be doing that.
I love this. Dating advice for people who don't drink, because I literally said this to you before the thing. I know that the drinking culture in London is big, and to be honest, I used to be part of it until a couple of years ago. That's literally me right now. But I've been trying to be healthier and also realise I don't need alcohol to have fun. I'm just a social, dancey, etc. Just maybe not as bold, which I'm the same. So I don't drink anymore unless it's an occasion or unless I really, really feel like it, and I'm the same.
Yeah.
So for people,
I love this girl.
So for people who don't drink, where do you meet guys like that? So many profiles and apps have heavy emphasis on drinking. Again, I don't mind the occasional wine or so, to the point where I feel like it's becoming a personality trait, and I'm just not looking for that. How do you deal with the peer pressure, especially drinking, being like, let's go for a drink, and I'm sick of giving in for no reason? What would your advice be?
What would my advice be? Or what would the people's advice be?
What would your advice be, Tish?
See, I think if you want to meet someone who doesn't drink, or who, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what to
like,
say.
I think
I'd love to do a sober day.
Like, I think that's why people do, like, things like running clubs and
Yeah.
gym classes and all
Yeah.
these extracurricular adult
I think I'm
activities.
going to have to start doing them now. Me.
And you meet people who also enjoy those things.
Yeah.
But, like, also that sounds like taking advice for, like, old people. But then it's like,
Yeah.
I think that's what you do.
Yeah, I think that's what you have to do, isn't it? It's crazy, like, Facebook just suggested what you might like mommy memes. If an ex broke up with you from a few weeks ago, liked you on Tinder, would you like them back just to piss them off or not? What would you do?
No, I wouldn't. Like, they're your ex. They have your number if they want you.
It's actually really interesting enough. When I was in college, I was on Tinder and my ex came up on mine and I just swiped to see would he swipe right at me, and he did, and I matched him straight away. I did it in like 0.2 seconds just to see, did he? That's so funny.
Being a woman and trying to date is actually terrifying. That's
actually,
my conclusion.
We're literally in the fucking trenches out here. Like, it's so bad.
Like, I know everything's energy, and I know I don't attract those type of people into my life.
Yeah.
But those people are out there.
Yeah.
But I personally, gratefully, don't have those experiences, or have never
Yeah.
experienced something to that level.
Yeah.
But I know that it does happen.
It does. It's actually crazy.
But not for me.
Not for you.
We're not putting that
Not
out
for
there.
you, Queen. Not for you
Not,
at
no,
all.
that's not happening. But it does happen, and it is terrifying.
Literally, like.
Do you know what
Oh my god, this is sad.
What?
Anyone feels strange when a guy's being respectful? I met this guy on Feld. I don't know what this is. Probably a dating thing in the UK.
Probably.
And his profile was aiming at wanting something casual. I'm open to this or something serious. We've had 4 dates. The third, I went to his house after my coil because I was cramping, ran me a bath with candles and didn't even try it on. Is it bad that this makes me feel weird, that I'm so unused to respect that when a guy is, it freaks me out? We kiss and have a vibe, and I'm glad that it's going in a more romantic direction. And then somebody commented saying, I think a lot of us have had such poor experiences that we're taken aback when someone is being a decent human, to the point of questioning how genuine it is.
Or getting the ick.
Or getting the ick, that happens to me as well. What we mustn't do is be blown away by it. After such low expectations, we can start to think that basic respect and consideration is amazing.
Yeah.
But it's just that. Basic and the minimum, how it should be, not something extraordinary.
The bar is on the floor.
The bar is on the floor, but I think that's so interesting. Yeah, isn't that crazy? I love this thing. We're going to have to do another city next week because I think it's so interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to join.
Yeah, 100%.
A few. Even though I'm not on dating apps, so.
I have some questions for you from our question box.
Oh yeah, we got questions. Questions of the week.
Questions of the week. The first one is, are you judgmental?
I actually, no.
Yeah.
I
don't think you are.
No.
I did though yesterday.
I think it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
There's some situations where it's like I'm very judgmental because it's so blatantly obvious that the situation's bad. Mm-hmm. But like of people, I don't like if I saw someone, you know, putting themselves out there, or like on social media, like I would never be judgmental in that way. Like I'm like, oh, actually, I was sitting here with my cousin at 6 a.m. after her night out, and we were the last two up.
Yeah.
And she was sitting where you were sitting, I was sitting here, and she was like, "Oh, I'm like so afraid to get the fear now tomorrow."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What do you mean?" Like, and she was like, you know, after being out all night, like getting the fear.
I always get the fear.
And she was like, "Do you get the fear?"
You definitely don't get the fear.
No, I was like, why would I get the fear? Because she was like, you know, you were out and like if you did something embarrassing, I was like, you were out all night with us, like you weren't. What? And she was like, how do you not get the fear? And I was like, I don't give a shit what anyone thinks.
And that's the best way to be.
Like I'm not judging other people,
no,
but
you're
also
not.
I don't care if other people are judging me.
100%.
But I'm like, why would you get the fear?
I did judge yesterday because I was in a shop and I was walking past this husband. He's with his wife and 2 kids. And he was like, I told you not to fucking walk off, like, like really aggressive. And I looked at him and he was like being a drama queen, looking down his phone, being like, oh, and all that. The two daughters were visibly very scared, right? The mother was embarrassed and was trying to be like, no, I'm so sorry, whatever. And he was like, no, you fucking like giving out. And I purposely, I didn't even have to stand there. I literally stood so close, like the way we are now, just so he would stop doing it in public.
Stop
And especially
shouting, yeah.
and just to kind of like bring to his attention that what you're doing is actually so fucked up.
Like you're actually in public.
You're in public, like, and also you shouldn't be doing that in private, like.
No.
And I, at that moment in time, I said, wow, you're an asshole. So I judged him.
I think I would, but that's what I mean. Like if like in that situation, I think it's warranted.
Yeah. What's the best and worst thing about running a podcast?
The best thing, I think the best thing about a joint podcast is like it's so fun. Like this isn't work.
No, I love doing this. This is my best part of my week.
It's so fun.
It is.
It's so chill. We can literally talk about whatever we like.
Yeah.
There's no one telling us, oh, talk about this, oh, talk about that.
Yeah.
We don't script this. So we're not like, oh, this is the plan.
Yeah.
It's not like curated in a way.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know, is there a worse thing for me personally?
Yeah.
Like, I think obviously it takes work, but
Yeah.
I don't think, like, I've done so much work for other people that I'm like,
You love this.
the one thing I would love to do more of,
Yeah.
or hire someone for eventually when we have the budget,
Yeah.
is to take all the clips and like crop it up and do all that for us.
Yeah.
Because that's the most work.
Yeah,
part.
yeah, 100%. I get that. Yeah, for sure. What's it
Well, I don't
called?
think there's a worst part.
I think when I was doing it on my own, I think it was finding things to talk about and keep it, because mine was so niche.
Yeah.
That I love that ours is just like a chat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think when you're doing it alone as well, like motivate, like
The motivation isn't there.
like knowing like, okay, I have to sit down and record this now.
And then I think it's fine, like when I'm listening to a podcast and your voice is on it, but when I'm just listening to my voice, I'm like, shut up. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, please stop talking, you.
I
What's
don't think there's a worst part.
your biggest fear?
Oh my god, Joe, it comes into my head. You know the movie, the basketball movie, Coach Carter. Our biggest fear is that we are inadequate. Our biggest fear.
I know that off by heart. You're like, you were listening to that when you were younger, being like, wow, that was so inspirational.
I love that quote.
Yeah, it is true.
So anytime anyone ever says like, what's your biggest fear, that's comes into, it's like imprinted into my brain. But my biggest fear, like what I'm actually scared of, I think a physical thing is like spiders. Like I fucking hate spiders.
I love spiders. I literally will hold spiders in my hands. I love them. But I hate blue balls.
Spiders and great white sharks. Like they're two things. And I lived in Australia and I didn't see one of them. And I think like my biggest like life fear would be to like regret not doing something.
Yeah.
That's why I just do it all.
You just like fucking.
I'm just like,
do it.
I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna say the thing, do the thing, send the message, because I would rather. Like I would hate to be on like at the end of my life and look back and be like, why did I let my fear of being judged or my fear of whatever not do something?
Yeah, that's so fair.
So,
what was your best or worst year?
I don't know. I think years are so like up and down. I do think 2016 was a great
best year. That was so good, actually. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
No, actually 2016 I went through a really bad breakup. So actually as a whole probably wasn't a great year. But
I think 2014 was actually quite good as well. 2014 to 2016, that year was grand.
I feel like my years go in like little segments. So like it's like I always have a great September, October.
Same.
There's something about, I think it's Virgo season.
I think it's whatever. So basically, somebody told me this before, and I think that this could be true, because that's my favorite time of year, but also so is spring, right? So I love the time of year we're coming into now, and I don't like summer. But I was born in March, and they say that when you first start getting your memory in as a baby, that's when you start liking those seasons. So I wouldn't have started really remembering them until like around now to September onwards.
Yeah, because I was born in April.
Because you were born in April, I was born in March. So I think why you like fall and then like maybe like spring and all that kind of thing is the same reason why I do. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe actually.
Isn't that
I
crazy?
never thought of that. Yeah.
And then so there was no worse, but the best.
And I don't think I've had any worse yet, but I also haven't Yeah.
My best would be probably last year, 2022, when I was in Manchester, best year of my life. And then worst year was definitely 2020 because my eye thing kicked off before Miss Rona did. So I was literally in so much pain and I couldn't see the doctors because everything was shut down. I remember I had to go to
Fuck.
Limerick for like MRIs in the middle of the height of the pandemic.
That must have been so stressful.
So stressful, and like I quit my job and I was unemployed for a very long period of time. I was in so much pain with my face, so like that was definitely my worst. But then my best was definitely last year. Although I'm really enjoying this year, but I feel like I had so much fun last year, and I remember at moments being like, this is genuinely the happiest I've ever been in my life. So that's why I know it was last year.
That's so fun. Maybe you should go back.
I think maybe, yeah, but it's just the pound is so harsh against the euro, and I get paid in euro, not pounds.
Oh.
So I lose like about $1,000 a month when I'm over there. So if I give €100, I'm getting £70 back for that.
But that's, do you just put up your prices?
What do you mean?
Put up your prices in euros, so it's
Yeah, I can.
so that they make sense in pounds.
Yeah, so that would be fine, but I still have to pay that then more taxes in euro because I get my company's registered here. So like
And
feasibly, it
the
doesn't
UK
make sense.
isn't in the EU, so
No, unless I set up a subsidiary, but I also don't know what the fuck I'm doing with my life, so who knows? Who has a clue where I'm going to be next year, to be honest. And then who was your last IG search?
That's a great
I
question.
knew you miss me like a tattoo.
Oh, true.
Who? Was it Okay, we can't say that.
My last few.
Oh
Like-
my god. I'm weak the tranny app. I'm weak. Weak. That can't be said.
That list of people is just down to this. Just
Who
no.
the fuck is that?
That's your.
I love the way we all. Oh, he's so hot. I don't know why you're not obsessed with him, to be honest. The hell.
I'm getting there.
Good.
I think it's a
Good.
slow.
He's
I think it's a slow
burner.
build.
What was I gonna say? We got this thing in last night, and I know you know that your thing's gonna be so different to mine.
Oh yeah, the question.
Someone said, guy who completely pulls back after second date. Wait it out or forget about it. He seemed enthusiastic. I'm going to let you give yours first because I know I'm very
The
confused.
main word here is seemed.
Seemed, yeah.
Seemed. Past tense. I have had a lot of realizations this Venus retrograde, which is the time to be having these realizations. When someone's showing you who they are, like, believe them.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, why do we need to be like, but he seemed interested? Okay,
Yeah.
you might have had 2 great dates. Of course, there is grace. And of course, I'm the first person to give too much grace.
And we know that.
maybe
That's
he's
why I'm
going through
surprised
it.
you're saying
Yeah.
this. I'm like...
Maybe he's going through it. Maybe he's having a bout of anxiety. Maybe he's having mental health. But maybe he's having issues. Maybe he's going through something. But you only have to go off what you know right in this moment. And in this present moment, he's not
yeah.
giving you what you need.
100%.
So I don't think it's a thing of like wait it out or cut it off. I think just like go with this present moment. Yes, he might come back in a month. They always come back actually. So he will come back in a month.
They always come back, but I don't think that you should give him the space
Yeah.
when he comes back. Because, right, I get if he's going through something, but that's the bar you're setting now.
Yeah.
That, like, if you give him this grace period of him to go through this or do whatever without him communicating it to you, he's never going to communicate to you.
No.
And he will know now that, like, he's done this before, he can do it to you again. I think we make dating a lot harder than it needs to be. It's not that hard to communicate. If you're going through something rough or something's happened, to be like, look, I'm not in the right headspace to talk at the moment. That's an acceptable answer. If it's like, oh, I'm not in the right headspace to date, that's an acceptable answer. But this whole pulling back and not giving you
Yeah, like
anything, breadcrumbing is just, there's no excuse for that.
Like, of course, in a perfect world, someone will come back being like, I'm so sorry, communicate so apologize.
Yeah.
But that's not usually how men come back.
That's not how men come
They
back.
slide back with a little heart in your
Or
story.
flame and like,
Yeah.
or like just reply talk and be like, how have you been, all this shit. Do not accept the bare minimum like anymore. No, F that.
And especially like Venus retrograde, and especially it's the perfect time to get clear on what relationship you want,
Yeah.
what person you want, what boundary you want.
Yeah.
And if someone's not giving that to you,
then you need to find it off someone else.
Someone else will.
Someone
But yeah,
else genuinely will as well.
it's so hard though when you're going on dates. But I think that's why, I don't know. That's why I like the idea, and that's why I'm putting out there. I'm dating intentionally. Like if I start
Yeah.
dating someone, there's intention behind it. Like
Yeah,
I have
same.
no more interest in chatting to 10 different men
Yeah, I don't anymore.
for the sake of it, because it's like, then that's what I'm putting out there. So obviously that's what you're going to get back then. Like my
Yeah.
energy is precious. I'd rather talk to myself.
I know, I get that. I'd be the same now. I'm actually over the whole
Yeah, roster.
roster situation. Although I do think that like it's good because you don't get too hooked on one guy.
But I just think,
But I'm dating intentionally
Yeah.
if I'm talking to one or two.
but I genuinely think like, just like there's so many relationships in your life. Like you probably, like I thought of it this way. I was like, right, I'm talking to this guy, whatever. He's not giving me what I want. I probably have 3 unanswered messages from like friends. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll message them back later. Like nurture
Yeah.
those relationships.
Yeah,
Do
100%.
you know what I mean? Like,
I agree. Yeah, for
like,
sure.
call your friend.
Yeah.
A guy's not texting you back, call your friend.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I
So
couldn't agree more, girl.
yeah, seemed.
Seemed is the main thing.
Seemed.
Do you think the moon landing was fake?
I've never thought about that.
I do think it was fake, 100%.
Why? Why do you think?
Because I watched
Explain
some
it to me.
footage and I listened to a Joe Rogan episode, and it was like basically if you act like, you can't watch the footage anymore, which is the main thing, because you'll be able to like distinguish now. But the clips that they
Why
do
can't
have of
you
it,
watch it anymore?
you just can't. It's not anywhere. You can't even like YouTube it. It's
Oh,
not
well
on YouTube.
then
Do you know what I
that's
mean?
all I need to know. It's
So
fake.
yeah, and there was like a few things of like they some people had some random clips of it and it just looked so fake. And like, yeah, I don't believe that they did. But I think that, because they said that they stuck in an American flag up there, right?
On the moon.
On the moon.
Sure,
And
how could you- the moon's a rock.
And also, one of the guys that supposedly went to the moon has said that it didn't happen now. So I don't think it actually did happen. So it's really crazy. But yeah, loads of things. I'm going to send you on those
That's
things.
such an American, like, sorry to anyone Americans listening. It's such an American thing to do.
Yeah.
Sticking an American flag on the
I
moon.
know, isn't it? It really is. Like,
Such an American thing to do.
such an American thing to do. It's God bless the USA.
Yeah.
And then the last question is, what do you think about climate change?
Oh, like, what do I think, like,
About climate change?
just in general?
Yeah. Oh, I feel like you're going to have an interesting answer to this.
Look, listen, I do think climate change is very real. Mm-hmm. It's being used to pit people against each other.
I agree.
And like, it's like, no matter how many paper straws we use,
Yeah.
I have so much gripe with paper straws.
Yeah, I agree.
No matter how many paper straws we use, that won't fix anything.
Yeah, I saw before like something about a billionaire who flies on one round of a private jet is worth a normal person's 3 weeks
Of-
carbon footprint,
yeah.
which is crazy. But yeah, I agree. But like
the technology and stuff is there,
Mm-hmm.
so that it doesn't have to be a thing, but it's just not being used.
yeah, I don't think it's an even playing field. I think it's like one rule for the upper level of people and another rule for the rest of us, which annoys me. But it's scary to see like the damage that's happening in like Italy and like Maui, yeah, and all that, and like the floods and stuff. It's just so scary.
It is terrifying.
I had a dream last night actually that there was a flood in my dream, and I thought it was like a religious or spiritual dream, and I was like texting people about it. I was like, what the fuck? But it was so weird.
You were in a flood.
Like this flood happened, and then it was like this religious time, and they were walking me through this thing and like telling me all bits about this religion, but I can't remember what religion it was. But I was like, imagine that was like, I was like the next coming of Jesus Christ.
I was just about to say, Neve will be setting up her own like Scientology there next week.
Church, it's me.
You're like, it came to me in a dream.
But can you imagine the amount of people who've actually done that, like set up their own religion because
Oh,
they had a vivid dream like I did?
Yeah.
Only like I actually have the rationality to be like, that was just a vivid dream, and other people were like, it was
It's
a
me.
prophet.
I'm the chosen one.
I'm the chosen one. This God or whatever it is loves me. But anyway, I was looking up loads of things about a great flood in religion to see what religion it was, and apparently it's happened in 4 different religions.
I can imagine, because I think like all the religions are like
Back to one,
kind of,
the same thing.
yeah,
I think, yeah, it's crazy.
coexist.
You know what they say as well about the UFO thing, that this whole thing about UFOs, but nobody really cares now. I think they left it too late to do this, but they are only doing that to try and instill this new world order where like there's one governing thing for the whole world, and that like the only threat that would be liable for people to go along with that is if there was an extraterrestrial threat. And I'm like it's so funny because nobody gives a shit about it.
Everyone's like, oh, there could be aliens. Okay.
Do you see that meme?
Are they hot? Can we start dating them?
Do you see that meme? And it was like about like aliens. It's like, hi, and then the guy's like, oh, hi, lol, and he's like, are you not scared? It's like, honestly, dude, I got a lot on my plate right now. Like, dealing with aliens is not like the biggest like scary thing that's happening in my life. And I was like, fair, so fair, same.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot going on right now that people are like, okay, if there's aliens, like,
yeah,
okay.
And do you know what I actually watched the news for the first time in ages the last day, and I said, fuck, I forgot how depressing it is.
The news.
There's not one good news story on the news.
That it's so low vibrational.
Bad. Yeah.
It like keeps you, and same with the radio.
Yeah.
A lot of the radio, like the way the frequencies.
And,
do you know the way remember I had frequency music on?
Yeah, the hertz is low.
So the hertz of the radio is so low.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I never listen to the radio, only when I'm trying to win the cash machine.
That's crazy. Only when there's money involved. I actually feel like you might win the cash machine. Yeah. What is the cash machine? You just hear a thing.
So the cash machine is basically, it's on the radio, it's Go Loud Networks.
Yeah.
Which are the podcast and also radio. So every radio station.
They're like news talk and all that.
Who thought of Go Loud Networks?
Go Loud. I haven't a clue. So basically Bauer Media bought them.
Yeah. So
I think Go Loud comes with Bauer Media.
So it's all the Irish radio stations. Like
and some
2FM, Spin. So they have this cash machine. So every week sometimes it's every day, sometimes it's every week. Probably every week now because it's the summer and people probably aren't entering as much, so your odds are probably a bit higher. Yeah. But basically there's a number. So they say the cash machine today is €26,411.27. So you enter, it's $250. And if they ring you, you have to know the exact number.
Of what the cash machine thing is?
Of the cash machine. If you don't know the number, you don't win. If you don't answer your phone 5 rings, you don't win. There was a woman one day, I still remember.
Oh, I heard Audrey. You talking about.
Poor Audrey got the call. It was €107,000.
Oh my god.
And she knew the number from the other day. She didn't get the new number.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
So do you just have to like Google what the cash machine number is that day, or do
you have to listen on the radio, but sometimes they've started texting out the number now because they want more people to enter.
Yeah.
So like younger people would know to be on the phone, be able to swipe and go into their messages and see. Some people write it down. But like if you're entering the cash machine, like you have to make sure you know the number and that you make sure you answer your phone. Like.
Yeah. You know, I won ticket. I'm very lucky with things like that, so I really should enter. But I won tickets to Longitude in 2020 for 2021. And I remember I was like my last day work and they rang me and I was like, no way. When they rang me, they were like, hi Liam, and I was just like, I knew I was going to win this. And they were like, did you? I was like, yeah, it's my last day work and I just knew I was going to win this today. Like I randomly won them one day because Orchard Thieves text me and were like, on Twitter or something, they randomly added me and were like, was like, at Niamh Byrne, congrats, you won 2 tickets to Longitude. I've won tickets to Longitude twice, like, and I was like, what the hell? And then the Orchard Thieves sent me out this thing, and it was like when a fox is spotted for her loyalty, they treat her like royalty. So and it was like this big poem, and they gave me the 2 tickets. I sold them. I never went. I know, it was gas. I've won loads of things.
I won Justin Bieber tickets I won loads of competitions as well. Justin Bieber tickets on Spin. Beyonce tickets.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. I wonder what it's like. That's so
lucky
mad.
Girl energy.
All together now look like an absolute washout. Last weekend I've been seeing so many more videos after it. My friend Courtney posted this thing of the tent nearly flying away on TikTok, and I was like, that is so funny. That's exactly what we're heading into for EP. I have no outfits got for EP. Don't know where I'm going to get the time to go because I'm literally...
You have a busy few weeks.
I have a busy few weeks, guys. It's actually scary how busy
my busy weeks are now coming. My social battery, I swear to God... I can do this. This doesn't drain my social battery. Yeah. The thing about it, when you're an introverted extrovert,
people assume,
extrovert. I'm actually an extroverted introvert.
Yeah, same.
So, when you're that, I don't think people realize some things don't drain the battery.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, I agree.
And other things do.
Yeah.
But my battery right now
is drained.
Is that a 0?
It's at a Manus.
Flatlined.
And then we've got, so basically in the next week, I need to get my nails done over in Manchester. It's the Rose of Tralee, and then I'm going to Spain. All that time. And we have that thing on Tuesday. And I also have a doctor's as well.
On Tuesday, right?
Yeah. So like all this thing, it's like all that in the next 12 days. And then I come back and then I'm into electric picnic straight away. And it's crazy.
This is why you have to live in the present. Because if you think about all the plans, it just gets overwhelming.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I have that on Friday.
But I'm also a realist. Like, I have to get these things done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
And I have to work as well all between in the middle of it.
This is the issue.
Like, I have to go home for the rest of the day.
Like, earning money to live.
It's just so hard. I think I'm going to have to take my laptop to Spain with me as well, which is hard. But I'll see how I get on.
Do.
Yeah.
Like, worst comes to worst. But you get to do that. That's what sometimes you just have to reframe things when life is getting overwhelming. Obviously, some things are very overwhelming. Yeah. And it's not, it's not like I get to experience this traumatic event. Like, I'm so lucky I get to.
Yeah. But I'm so grateful.
Some things, like, you get, like, so many people can't take their laptops to Spain.
I agree. Yeah.
And I know sometimes that's annoying because it's, like, invalidating. But I think sometimes it's like you have to choose. Like, sometimes it's like, okay, I get to do this.
Yeah. 100%.
I get to fly to Manchester to get my nails done.
Yeah.
I get to go to a wedding in Spain.
Yeah, so true.
So sometimes, because otherwise it can get very overwhelming.
Yeah, that's true.
So
also, I need to stop taking all this on board when I'm literally just due my period. Like, do you know what I mean?
So yeah, the period being 2 days away probably isn't helping anything.
No, not at all.
But at least then you'll have got your period. So for next weekend, it'll be gone.
Yeah, true. And for the
nails and for the wedding.
True.
You could be ovulating at the weddings though, so make sure not to have a wedding romance.
Oh yeah, well, first of all, I'd be.
Neve was like, actually, do you know what? I will get pregnant. I will have a baby.
Actually, I know, but I'm also, first of all, I'd have to have sex for that to happen. And number two, I literally am on IUD, and I'm the most safe sex person ever. I'm like the one who throws condoms out at people, and I'm like, have fun. You know that Mean Girls, when she comes in, she goes, "You guys want anything? Like some snacks, condoms?" That's me. I'm the most
No, I think safe sex is so important, but you can still get pregnant.
And safe sex? With a condom?
Yeah.
Yeah, but with the condom and an IUD, I think the chances are pretty much nil. But not that I'd be having sex in Spain anyway. I feel like Abby's gonna listen to this now and think I'm gonna try and ride someone in her family at the wedding. Like, these are literally gonna be my family.
But not everyone at the wedding is gonna be your family.
Yeah, but it's a bit too close to home, that side of the family. We'll leave that for Connor's side.
No, but it might be like a friend who has like nothing to do.
I think the rest of them are gonna be gay at this, which I'm gonna love.
No, but there's going to be one straight hot person that's single.
I don't think there is. I think they actually told me, they're like, sorry to let you know, but like literally there's not going to be anything. They said it to me back in May and I was like, that's no bother. Because I'm literally my single era anyway. That is not a bother. I'm honestly so silly. Don't you worry, buddy. I didn't even think about that for a second. Like, that's so funny that your mind went there. Mine would have never went there. Like,
my mind is there because, do you know what? I think, I don't know.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't know.
I know.
I think sometimes it could be fun, like a little wedding fling romance.
I've had a like holiday romance thing before.
Yeah, maybe you'll have a holiday romance. Maybe it won't be the wedding. Maybe you just set your hinge to Spain.
What am I going to do? Tell my family, sorry fam, I'm off to meet this random Spanish guy I've met on Hinge, going for a date, might get murdered, see you later. I saw this meme actually. I saw this meme and I was like, this is so true. And it was like, girls actually text each other like, I'm meeting a guy allegedly named Brian, here's my location.
Allegedly.
If he murders me, here's his Bumble pic so he can be brought to justice. And the replies be like, you got it girl, have fun tonight, kissy face, winky face.
Isn't it just so sad that a straight man has never like even known what that would like?
It's not like they're like, I'm meeting this girl, she could murder me.
Like, a guy's biggest concern is like, am I getting catfished?
Genuinely.
And like, they're not. It's just there's that many hot women out there.
Yeah, literally.
Women are so hot, like.
Women are so fucking hot, like, to be fair. We're so slay. And on that note, guys.
Right. That's this week's podcast.
It's a lot shorter
Do you have
than...
anything else to say? Anna Paul.
Oh, and Glenn broke off.
Anna Paul, another victim of Venus retrograde.
Do you know what we need to do? We need to make actually like a list and put it up on the podcast page of people who've broken up during Venus retrograde.
And Rao released that song about Rosalia.
I haven't listened to that yet because I haven't been in the headspace. I should have spotted that I was coming into my period.
We should have known.
We should have known.
I googled
You should have known. You get it a week after me. Oh my god, you're gonna get it.
No, I'm not ready.
Oh my god, you're gonna get Jane the Rose Chile.
Oh no, honey, if I'm not.
Oh
check
shit.
my cycle there.
Oh my, let me check your cycle.
Check my cycle.
I swear to God.
Oh no.
What's it called?
I'm gonna either
I typed in cycle.
I'm gonna be PMSing during the Rose of Julie.
Oh, you actually might be fine.
No, but I'll be PMSing though.
No, when I'm gonna be away for the wedding, that's when you get it.
Oh great.
You're just gonna go through the depressive phase during the Rose of Julie.
Lovely.
This is where I am. Then there's like a few days in between, and then you're going into. I'm still white witcher, but you're gone pink witch this time.
Mine was
changed in the last two.
Yeah, but mine was consistent for a while.
Yeah.
It's until it was all fine until I started talking to men again.
And until you started a podcast with me, and then we've kind of synced a bit.
The men in the podcast is ruining my life.
I wonder, if all this pain I've been having could be my ovary instead of my kidney. It's definitely my kidney. I know what I'm talking about. Guys, I'm actually going to see a proper doctor now about my kidney.
Yes, we'll have an update. Oh, also, we are going to start the shorter episodes starting soon.
Let's say after Electric
Maybe
Picnic,
September,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah, because I'll be so, the walls are dying.
But we are going to start because there was high demand. There were so many votes in the poll.
I know, I was really surprised with that. Thanks, guys.
We love you.
Love
And they're
you
going to
so
have
much.
little topics and stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. I feel like coming into Virgo season, we're going to channel the Virgo energy with this pod.
Yeah.
We're going to get sponsors. We're going
I think so.
get people on board, shorter episodes.
Yeah.
Because the numbers are speaking for themselves.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
they are. And I'd love if we could look at doing a little live show in the coming
Oh my God, that would be so
months.
fun.
That would be lovely.
Yeah.
So goodbye, guys.
Big things coming. Hasta la vista.
Bye.